All right, we are back, and I have mostly no idea what I'm going to be doing here, except for that I have already kind of messed around with some patches in Cardinal. I got the latest version from the GitHub page. On the Actions tab, you can get the nightly builds, and he's the main developer distro has been adding a lot of different modules. As you can see, there's just a ton of sets of modules here. But the Surge XT ones are the newer ones that I think have some pretty awesome potential here, and could take hours and hours to explore all this stuff. So let's just start messing around and see how far we get and hope for the best. Right now I've got a couple of removes where I've recorded the knob movements, and they're kind of running independent of each other, which I think makes for some really interesting, over time, some really interesting happenings. One is controlling the pitch here, and one is controlling frequency. I want to try to see if I can get something interesting out of this morph. I was hoping for him to maybe find a square wave a little bit, but I don't think this, maybe there's a bunch of different wave tables in here. It looks like there's quite a few, which is pretty useful. And of course, this plugin is free, which it makes it super awesome and amazing. Let's reset the filters here. I want to control this morph, so I'm going to map to that. Let's set it to autoplay after record. And I'm going to set this is making sure that it will run when I restart. So let's hit record and just move what I just mapped. And it's already pretty aggressive, a little talkative. It's fun when you get your synths kind of having a bit of personality and sounding, like a bit of a conversation. Yeah, it looks like it's working. I don't see this knob moving, but that might be just a little bug still. Yeah, this sounds like a happy synth. Okay, cool. Let's open this up. Let's take some audio from that track. I'm going to turn this off. So we found a little bug last time. So let's hit record. Hope for the best. I like some of those unpredictable kind of gritty moments. Cool. Let's turn this note generator on. Awesome. One thing I wanted to point out that I had messed with the other day, if you have the Concrete tool with a certain number of settings, just like how you want them, if you want to save those as like a preset, the best way to do it is to group this. Like for example, if I wanted to have no note generators on when I reloaded it and have the sequencer to have very specific settings when you load up a new version, a new instance of it, I should say, what you can do is just group it. You can name it Concrete 1.1, name it whatever you want, preset 1, and then just drag it into your project like so. So now when we drag this into a new track, it should have all those settings saved in with the rack, the ADG file there. Of course, if you didn't save any recorded samples in there and then reload them in, those will not, show up in here as you see. But you can see all of our settings are as we left them. So that's an easy way to get a set of presets for yourself, for those of you who aren't already familiar with that system. Okay. I feel like it could be a little easier with Ableton, but I guess that's just how you do it for Maxer Live devices for now. Okay, so let's turn on the note generator. We don't even actually need to play our set. The note generator just allows you to send notes and kind of get things going haphazardly. Okay, let's open this up And let's add in one of my sort of lazy person's go-to favorite effects is the texture one, which I think the actual physical module that you can get for your rec is called Clouds. I think it's Mutable is the company. Not 100% sure. Don't quote me on that, but I think it's something like that. All right. For this one, you got to move the density and position to get some sound out of it. And you can get some pretty far out. Yeah, the blue one, this dark blue one, is a reverb. I think it sounds pretty decent. And if you right click, you have all these modes here: spectral madness, granular, pitch shifter. Let's do spectral madness. Pretty interesting and weird. Yeah, this looks like a job for the remove one, where I can just, you know, if I move a knob around and I like what I hear, I'll try and replicate it with remove, recording the movements there. Let's get an offset going here. Crank the offset all the way up, so this will send sort of an on signal to the run, so it'll play when we restart. Map it to this size I think I was messing with. All right, cool. A bit aggressive again, but kind of an interesting texture. Let's go ahead and set this one up the same way. Map to the pitch. And then I hit this button and just start moving it. And you can double click on any of these knobs to turn them back to their default. All right, yeah, the texture all the way up was a little too crazy for me. So let's get another one of these. I can just right click, duplicate, map it to textures. That's kind of fun. All right. Now let's record some of that. Just gotta wait for those generative moments. Hope to get lucky. And as always, I love to automate this, but I don't want to push play. I think that's my little silly challenge for today. So I'm going to bust out the LFO that comes stock with, where are we? Let's see, I think it's modulators. I'm just going to drag one of those here. Let's double click it. Sometimes if you drag, it doesn't fully instantiate properly. And so in order to add it to here, I think what we need to do is, yeah, if we hit map, it won't automatically let us map. Oh, I take that back. And of course it's spamming all the notes and causing crazy, maybe with a random jump, it will actually behave a little better. So let's try this again. And let's pitch this one down. And I want to do that again with another version of the LFO, and I'm going to map to this. And what I think we need is a little bit of reverb on this. And I think I'm going to call it after that. And I might add a little bit more to this after I end the sketch, but this way at least you get to see. Let's instantiate a reverb using auto hotkey I've got set up so I can quickly bring in effects. I couldn't recommend more auto hotkey. If you could stomach a little scripting, it's an amazing tool. All right. Ah, I see why it's not working. We've got our channel split out here. Cool. Okay. We could also group these and just drag this effect here onto the root there. And maybe just to... Of course, I need to remember to save these before I close this project out, and save them and drag them back in, because if I don't, we'll lose our references. So it's really important when you record into this tool to remember to save the files somewhere on your hard drive. So yeah, I'll go ahead and save this. We'll call this, what is this, 13A. Let's do WAV files today, 13A, and save 13B. Save, and then what you can do after you've saved them, you can just hit save again and open that window, and you can see they're just right there, and we can drag them both in from this window. Let's go really low on that one. Maybe C-1. Let's just get that super subby bass texture more like less. And we've got that going into lane C. What we could do, we could bring in cardinal effects and add the texture to that. Texture synth. I might try to see if I can copy all this stuff over. Just copy this here and paste it in the other instance. I think this may be... I've never actually tried this. So let's give it a shot. We are in lane C with the cardinal effect instance. So let's just delete all that and see if we can edit paste maybe. And there we go. Very cool, very cool. So we can bring audio in from here. Let's undo that. And instead of using this one, we'll just pull from here, I think. And then go out to here. Looks like we lost all of our, in the copying pasting, we lost some things. So let's go ahead and move this down. Size. Very unpredictable stuff. All right, cool. We are pushing the time here, but that's okay. Especially when messing with something like cardinal, time will just go by so fast, and I think that's a really good sign that you've got a really good, tool in front of you that's fun to play with. When an hour goes by, and then you're just like, "What happened?" All right, and so I think that's it for now. I'll probably mess with this a little bit more after I hit stop record, but you know, until then, have fun, and yeah.